Have you ever felt so different from your own family that you question whether you'll ever really fit in? Some men march to the beat of their own drum, not because they want to stand out, but because that's how they're wired. These men are often known as Sigma males. They're self-reliant, deeply reflective, and less likely to follow rules simply because everyone else does. Yet those same traits that make them unique also create tension and misunderstanding, especially at home. In today's video, we'll be discussing 10 reasons why Sigma males are misunderstood by family. Number 1. Rejecting the family's social norms. It's common for families to have long-standing traditions, yearly reunions, mandatory holiday dinners, and social obligations that everyone feels compelled to attend. While most people might see these gatherings as a chance to bond, Sigma males often question whether the event has deeper meaning. They won't go through the motions if it feels purely ritualistic or dull. This attitude can make them appear distant or uninterested when, in truth, they're simply acting according to their personal values. For example, a Sigma might skip a big holiday meal if he views it as repetitive or lacking genuine connection. He'd rather invest his time in an activity that enriches him, maybe tackling a project he's passionate about, or simply enjoying solitude to recharge. Family members who hold tradition in high regard might find this baffling or even insulting. They see it as breaking an unspoken rule of togetherness. To the Sigma male, however, there's no point in forcing himself into an environment where he can't be authentic. Number 2. Avoiding drama and family conflicts. In many families, drama is part of the routine. Some relatives thrive on lengthy arguments, venting sessions, and heated debates at the dinner table. A Sigma male tends to view these conflicts as unnecessary energy drains. Instead of diving into the chaos, he's more likely to stand back, observe, or leave the scene altogether. Relatives might label him as uncaring or aloof, not realizing that his silence is an intentional way to preserve his peace of mind. This exit strategy often leads to misunderstandings. Family members wonder why he won't defend himself or take sides. But from the Sigma's perspective, most family fights involve layers of emotion, past grudges, and a lack of willingness to see reason. Getting pulled into the crossfire doesn't align with his logical, solutions-based mindset. He believes real problems should be solved, not endlessly argued about. Number 3. They have unusual interests and ambitions. While many families expect members to follow a certain life path, like pursuing stable careers or embracing popular hobbies, Sigma males often gravitate toward what others might label as eccentric. They might dive into obscure research topics, spend hours tinkering with odd inventions, or chase down an unconventional business idea. Because these pursuits don't match the mainstream, family-approved checklist, relatives may assume the Sigma is wasting time or lacking direction. However, a Sigma male typically feels most alive when working on a niche passion or exploring an emerging field. To him, satisfaction comes from challenging his mind, even if nobody else understands it. He doesn't need external approval or applause, just the freedom to chase what intrigues him. Unfortunately, family members may see these interests as strange or pointless, further labeling him as the odd one out. Number 4. Reluctance to conform to family expectations. Families often operate with a shared set of expectations, like how to behave at gatherings, when to get married, or how to interact with certain relatives. These rules can feel stifling to a Sigma male who believes personal freedom outweighs social niceties. He's not trying to be rebellious for the sake of it. He simply refuses to live under standards he didn't create and doesn't believe in. This reluctance to conform can be misread as disrespect, because ignoring time-honored traditions can upset those who hold them dear. But for the Sigma, authenticity is key. He'd rather deal with temporary backlash than pretend to be someone he's not. This clash of values creates tension, as family members may view him as cold or self-centered. In his eyes, though, staying true to himself is far more important than forcing himself to fit into an ill-suited mold. Number 5. The Sigma's private nature leads to false assumptions. Some families share everything: health problems, job issues, relationship milestones, often as a way to stay close. Sigma males, on the other hand, are selective about what they reveal. They guard their personal life, not out of dishonesty, but to maintain independence and avoid unnecessary interference. Because Sigmas rarely volunteer personal updates, family members may fill in the gaps with speculation, which can lead to wild, and usually incorrect, assumptions. In extreme cases, relatives might suspect the Sigma is hiding secrets or going through serious problems. It could be as simple as him preferring to work through challenges on his own. Since he isn't seeking advice or sympathy, the family assumes he's shutting them out on purpose. The truth is, he just finds comfort in solving issues with minimal outside input, believing that autonomy is healthier than group involvement. Number 6. Unresponsive to group text threads. Group chats are a modern way for families to share updates, coordinate events, and stay connected throughout the day. While many people enjoy sending funny memes or quick messages, a Sigma male might see these threads as a constant bombardment of chatter. He prioritizes focus and productivity, so watching his phone blow up with mundane or repetitive messages can be overwhelming. When he doesn't reply right away, or at all, relatives may assume he's upset, ignoring them, or doesn't care. From his viewpoint, there's simply nothing urgent to respond to. He'd rather concentrate on tasks that require his full attention. This behavior can be hurtful to family members who mistake silence for indifference, never realizing that his focus is on preserving mental energy, not on rejecting family ties. Number 7. Judging authority figures based on merit, not title. Traditional families often honor a hierarchy. Parents or elders automatically gain deference because of their age or role. Sigma males don't accept authority just because someone holds a certain position. They want to see competence, fairness, and mutual respect before they grant genuine admiration. This merit-based approach can come as a shock to older relatives who expect instant obedience or compliance. Families might perceive this as disrespect, especially if the Sigma male challenges a parent's instructions or questions an older sibling's advice. Yet he's not trying to be rebellious. He's following his principle that respect has to be earned. If an authority figure shows consistent wisdom and understanding, a Sigma is more than willing to listen. But if he senses unfairness or empty posturing, he'll back away, regardless of titles or family expectations. Number 8. Rarely calling home. Many parents and siblings feel comfortable picking up the phone to chat multiple times a week, discussing everyday life details as a way to stay close. A Sigma male may see little purpose in frequent calls unless there's something meaningful to discuss. He typically values quality conversations over quick updates, so he might go weeks or even months without picking up the phone. Family members can interpret this as him distancing himself or not caring enough to stay in contact. In reality, the Sigma's lack of frequent calls isn't a sign of dislike. It's a reflection of how he manages communication. He prefers deeper, more involved talks when they feel necessary or organic, rather than small talk out of obligation. His family might worry he's drifting away, but for him, it's about focusing on productive interaction rather than filling silence with idle words. Number 9. Resistance to being talked about. Some families have a culture of sharing every member's life events, big and small, without always asking for permission. While some see this as bonding or concern, a Sigma male might perceive it as an invasion of privacy. He doesn't like the idea of people discussing his personal affairs when he's not present to correct or elaborate. This habit makes him cautious about revealing anything that might become fodder for conversation behind his back. Consequently, a Sigma can appear even more secretive, creating a feedback loop of misunderstandings. The family sees his guarded demeanor as proof that he's hiding something, and he sees their eagerness to talk as an intrusion. Neither side intends harm, but the Sigma's desire for privacy often collides head-on with the family's well-meaning, but sometimes overreaching curiosity. Number 10. Rejecting gifts that have strings attached. In family dynamics, a well-intentioned gift can sometimes come with unspoken obligations. Maybe it's financial help that later turns into leverage, or a favor that evolves into an expectation. Sigma males have a strong sense of autonomy and quickly sense when a kind gesture includes hidden conditions. To avoid future debt or manipulation, they'll turn down such gifts, even if it risks offending the giver. Relatives may be hurt or confused, thinking the Sigma is ungrateful or overly proud. Yet, from his perspective, gifts should be free of ulterior motives. He'd rather stand on his own feet than be bound by a favor someone could hold over him later. While this can create friction in the short term, the Sigma values his independence so much that he's willing to accept misunderstandings to protect it. Do you agree with the points I mentioned in this video? We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. For more deep dives into the Sigma male mindset, be sure to check out our other videos. Thank you for watching and being a part of our community. If you're ready to continue your journey toward achieving greatness, hit the like button and subscribe so you won't miss out on future videos. Click here to see why Sigma males don't fear death.